I think
Motion
so.
to adjourn the executive session?
Motion?
All right, motion to continue with the work session? Okay. We are up to the new local law peddling. I know that Joe Newfield had some comments. I hope it wasn't about the ice cream man.
I like the ice cream.
That was
man.
brought up, by the way.
Well, it's in here.
No, I mean, it's an issue amongst the people on the street talking. I mean,
Yeah, people that are.
Basically, what I was
You take it
looking,
alive.
what I was looking at regarding, I think it's ridiculous to get a charge the guy, but anyhow. You have a all problem because of, there's no distinction between for-profit soliciting or not-for-profit soliciting.
Okay.
Girl Scout cookies, etc. soliciting.
I know, I think that's in there, there's a thing that says it doesn't apply to Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and
Okay,
some
so-
other organizations. Wait, where was that?
Yeah, my problem is this one here, in section,
Youth organizations or political parties.
What's the section, Joe? Remember.
113.9, 113.9, page 6, item number I. Vending vehicles shall not be stopped within 50 feet of any street intersection or 500 feet of any beach or park or village recreation center, or within 500 feet of any district designated A, B, or C under the zoning code. Which means you can't have an ice cream truck in the village of Polk, period.
Right.
What truck?
An ice cream
Oh,
truck.
ice cream.
It's all about the ice cream.
You can't be within 550 feet of any district designated A, B, or C under the zoning code.
I think we can take out that whole section because I don't see why we're.
Well, they wouldn't be able to go anywhere in the village because
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even,
it's the whole village.
what we're saying is this section allows an exception. That the ice cream trucks are allowed to be in the village if they just do what they have to do get permission.
Mhm.
So why are we even saying that you can't, we're restricting it somewhere?
Right.
They're allowed in the village and they go up and down. I think one resident had a problem with the particular song that was being played over and
You know what
over.
the thing is though, there's more than just the vending vehicle as far as the ice cream truck. Wouldn't this apply to like the people who have their like dogs grooming through the neighborhood? Aren't those all also that kind of?
Yeah, they're vending trucks
Right,
also. You also
so-
have taco trucks, et cetera, et
There's,
cetera, et
I
cetera.
think just
But that would be on
mix it.
their own property,
Right.
right? If you have a
Yeah.
dog,
But
But
it-
if this, within
you have a
50
dog
feet of
grooming
any
truck
street
on- it's in your
intersection,
backyard.
Yeah, so Jeff's right, we could just take
scratch the
that.
whole thing.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
suggesting. Just take the whole thing out.
You want me to scratch it for you?
Okay.
Okay.
Appreciate the,
That was the only comment I had,
Anything
guys.
else that you'd like? No?
Any other comments?
keep up the good work.
Thanks.
We do, just so you know, we run the ice cream man, we run his license and his license to operate plus his motor vehicle license, and
Right.
we do that every year. And I think he was paying I think Frank was charging him like $75 a year. Yeah.
He's all over the place though. He made like $10,000 last night
Oh.
at that back to school bash.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Like, he is everywhere.
Where was that?
They had a back to school bash at the Setauket Elementary
Setauket.
School and he just like parked his truck. Him and one of those silver coffee trucks. And the parents were like all at the coffee truck. And the kids were like, the line was like a million miles long. It was very funny.
Okay, Walnut Beach, did you have any luck with the poll?
So I was down at the beach with your husband and Edward actually, because apparently Edward had kind of researched this prior to. So I understand which pole it is. My question is, the pole can either go back or it can go to the other side.
It doesn't need to go, okay, if your back is to the water,
Right.
it can go to the left-hand side.
That's what I
Because
wanted.
everything going to the right-hand side is dead. There's no power. There's just poles going up there with wires, but there's no power.
Okay.
Okay,
So it can go this way.
yep. It can be
Okay.
completely moved over.
Wait, you're looking at the water or your back?
Back is to the water, here's the pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if you wanted it moved
That
over
way.
to the
Well,
other
you have
side.
private property over there,
Yeah, I know, and that was my concern.
yeah.
So it would be towards like where the parking lot area, that,
No.
No,
Okay,
no, I'll go down with you. I'll
Okay.
show you where it is.
We haven't decided amongst ourselves, because there's no perfect place where we want it. We don't want it to go, again, back to the water, we don't want it to go right, because we have the room for that, but that's kind of where, we want the beach to kind of open up a little bit, and so that's gonna be even worse as far as being right in the middle of the beach.
But it doesn't have to go on the private property. It can go, here is the street, it can go over here and feed this way.
Yeah, in other words,
Right.
bringing it back up a ways, which we should
Yeah.
probably do just for.
Can you round that corner? I don't think you can. You
You
have
know-
a line going across the property.
Village right of way at the foot of Walnut is 15 feet wide.
Yeah,
So take
that's a
15,
big-
15 foot off the existing pole, and that's not private property,
Okay.
which belongs to people with 5 bungalows.
That's why I
And
said
they
that.
run all the way up to our gate at Walnut Park. So basically, you know, Walnut Street at that point is only 50, our side of it's only 15 feet wide.
Okay.
Goes down to the point where the fence makes a right turn, and that makes a right turn, goes down another, at 15 foot wide. So you take the pole, measure out 15 feet, actually, there used to be a marker there somewhere, right, just on one side of the pole. Remember that, Cindy?
Excuse me?
Walnut Beach, there used to be a stone monument right next to the telephone pole on the end?
I wasn't
Yeah.
down there, but
Yeah.
I'll take
years
your
ago.
word for it, Joe.
Okay,
But the problem is, we wouldn't ask her, I mean, if she were offered, that would be great, but we wouldn't ask to be able to put the pole on her property,
Mhm.
because it's really, it's something like, it's not an insignificant amount of that circle. It's like 6 or 8 feet that you lose. That's her property.
Right.
And she just looks the other way. And my thought would be, I think I mentioned this like a year or two ago, is to bring her in on this and have some kind of a quid pro quo. And we say, that if you allow us to put this pole over to the edge, we will help you with your, you know, she's got that problem with the landscape ties, the railroad ties, all of that. We would somehow help, one hand washes the other, and it would allow her to not only have her property fixed in some way, but her property is very visible to our beach, and it looks really crummy if you're down at the beach, that whole thing is falling apart, and the driveways, she did fix the driveway, it was all running out, but we should say, you know, we can make this worth your while in some way.
Well, the first step, I think, has to be whether we can move the pole.
yeah, I
We
just
can
wanna
pay
go,
for it, I know we can.
I
pay.
wanna-
Is the pole dead?
It's dead going, if you're back to the
No,
water
the pole's
going
live.
up.
it's
The pole's
live.
live, so
There's
why-
tons of stuff on the top
Sorry
of
that
that
I'm
pole.
coming
Most
back
of it we
into
don't
this
need.
like late.
Is
but
that right?
that's- Why was the pole being moved to begin with?
So that you have a better view of the beach.
But
It's
not
right-
just
it's-
that,
It's
it
an
is-
ugly pole,
it's a
top heavy
safety
with
thing,
junk,
too.
it's
Right.
leaning, and it's right in the middle of the beach.
But it's
Okay.
also a safety issue because people could trip over that stuff.
Yeah, there used to be a
Okay,
guy
so
wire back there.
I'm going safety issue.
But I'm just.
And it's leaning.
I'm speaking as a property owner. There's no way that if you came and told me I'd like to put a pole in your property, and I'll do everything for you, I'd be like, you just killed the value of my property because now there's a pole in it. No. I'd
I-
never.
Well, give her that option.
I
She may
do.
say, no, I would be happy to do it, because if the pole is already part of her property, it's just over the line.
I
What
am-
I'm saying is that we have to have the
You're
discussion.
actually asking her if you could put it closer, right? Like, you're like, hey, you know that pole that's really annoying you? We'd like to look
Yeah, but if we, Peter, it's not so crazy.
It's
If
not
we
because it's
clean
on
that
the
up,
edge.
if you have a brand new pole, and it doesn't have all of that junk all over it, most of it is useless.
Is that right, Jeff? Because there's a lot of stuff on the top of that
Right,
pole.
it's useless.
It was all being used to feed up to White Pine,
Yeah,
but they're not
okay.
using that, they're using underground now. They haven't used in over 30
The
years.
light has to be addressed. As a village, we need to have a conversation about the bright light that's always
Yeah.
on. And we didn't have it, and voters complained that people were boarding their boats at night and whatever. So we had that bright light shining out on the moorings. And then
Okay,
it's on all year round, and it somehow seems to be,
okay.
it's now wider. It's like lights up everything.
Well, if we could just go down there and look at it,
Yeah,
because
I
when
think
I
so.
meet with them, when that point comes down there, I just want to,
No, where it's.
yeah.
I think we should all go down there because there's I don't know if this was up for this meeting, but I did meet with the the DEC and that grant.
Mhm.
So he gave me some information on what he thought we could do, that we could possibly look into the grant.
By the way, I'm glad you
looked
brought
at
that
it.
up, because I forgot to mention this, it just crossed left my mind altogether, because I had done all that stuff, and I was very enthusiastic about that grant, and then I saw that it has on how much that we would have to pay.
Right,
The best you
the
could do
match.
is 25%. So just figure that out. If we got a grant for $20,000, it would not cover what we want to do. But let's suppose with that, with other
We
money,
have
we
to
could.
pay
We still have to have
$5,000.
$5,000. Right now, we haven't budgeted $5,000 to do
Okay.
anything with that. So we have to really either have a long-term plan and say this is gonna go into other years, and be willing and able to budget. And then you don't know that you're gonna get the grant. But that grant has a lot of competition. That's the other thing. When I went down to DEC and I talked to them, he said, well, you know, you might, it's a relatively small grant, and we'd like to give out more small grants than give one big grant to Patchogues for them to do something down and get water in one place. So, you know, you don't know
So
going
that's the
into.
one that you looked at originally?
Yeah.
He gave you nothing, he gave me nothing new. I didn't discover America or anything.
No, I had that. So, but the point is it's doable, but we have to kind of realize that there's a
There's a copay, I saw that.
and it's a significant amount. And I think the one that we're looking at, the different types of the grants, or the category they fall under, is a 50% match.
No, I don't think that's what I don't think.
The first
he
step is
got-
the project.
I don't think that he told me that. I don't
Yeah, I
think it
just
was
wanted
that
to
hard.
see what
But you
the
might be
options
right,
are
because
when
I
they
didn't
say,
go through,
"Where are
I
you
didn't go
thinking?"
through.
That I know
the
you're
whole
talking.
thing. So I guess we'll look at the poll and maybe, when you guys go down there, if I can go too, then I'll tell you what he said to me, but it may not be.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Can you move the physical pole to the corner where the road goes this corner? And just leave the light pole up on this corner?
I don't know.
What's gonna hold the light up?
A pole.
Well, then,
Take everything off the pole and move it all back to,
well, that pole services not only electric to the light, but then that electricity goes down the beach, as far as I think Joe Bolzak's property.
okay.
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
Right, I think the first step is let's work on seeing how
Where the
far we
pole
get with
is.
the pole, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, item number 11, discuss assigned and unassigned fund balance. Joe?
Can I just throw one thing in, because it's budgetary, I don't know where this fits in, the website prices, not the website.
Oh, you could do it after we talk about
Oh,
those
cool.
fund balance, you can do it next.
Okay, when we did the budget in April, we basically took the fund balance assigned and allocated $13,125 to the assigned budget for the interest on the note.
For the
It's
dot.
13,125 for the dot. Okay, at that point in time, we had put everything in a non-assigned balance, unassigned balance, fund balance, difference. So basically,
It was 23,000.
this sheet here, for some reason or other, our balance sheets still pick up the old $36,000 signed balance, which we had for originally for,
Look at this.
that was the principal and interest on the note we thought we were gonna pay. Then you had snow removal, and then you have the unassigned balance, which is $204,000, only because of the note payable for $250,000. So basically, what we wanna do would be to take fund balance assigned and re-put that in as 13,125 period. Everything else goes into fund balance unassigned.
But that's what we
Your
approved
bookkeeper-
in April, just so you know.
Yes.
That,
That was approved.
we approved in April, but
Bookkeeper
this
did
isn't
it on
reflecting it
books.
correctly, she has to make the adjustment, make it correct.
The books physically don't show the change. We did the change, but we never showed it in the books.
Right.
So she has to physically just wipe
So I'm
out.
gonna have Ron give me, even though I know what it is, and then it'll be a resolution for the next meeting so that we could make this match what we approved in April.
Okay,
Okay?
yeah.
Does that make sense to everyone?
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay, Joe, you have anything?
Oh, yes, and you.
Oh, yeah, we have, that's
You're
okay.
getting really angry with me, but we have to go into executive session again, I'm really sorry.
Okay.
There's two brief things I have to discuss with you.
Gary doesn't mind. Or Roger. Do I have a motion to move, to go into an executive session again?
Discuss pending
Sorry,
litigation
we
strategy.
apologize, sorry.
Now I
I don't
can
care,
turn
I'm
off my
getting paid
camera
either
again.
way.
Gonna learn the disadvantage of a Saturday meeting when there isn't.
I apologize.